The TV personality Christopher Biggins has been at Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge this afternoon, helping to get work underway for a new cancer unit.
Well, what makes this one so special is it will be the first in our region just for teenagers. Rhiannon Mills has more.
Yes, that is turf.
I thought it was plastic when I came in.
And even in a hard hat, you can't miss Christopher Biggins. Neither would normally be on Ward C9, but this is a very special occasion, with work finally underway on our region's first teenage cancer unit. At the moment, Kenton Chalk has to stay on adult or children's wards while he's treated for a brain tumour. Addenbrooke does have the Oasis Centre, but a new ward will make a huge difference.
We don't always want to be just sitting there watching films. We want to be doing stuff. That's why the Oasis Centre is here. So when we're off pumps and stuff, we can come over here and enjoy ourselves.
Of course, this grass here is for one day only, but by December, this is going to be the first teenage cancer ward that we have in the whole of the east of England. There's going to be 11 beds, all the latest state-of-the-art entertainment and music equipment, and it's definitely going to be needed, with 6 young people diagnosed with cancer in the UK every day. Laura Abbas was one of those young people. She's now been in remission for 2 years.
I looked to the person in the bed next to me, and this old lady, she didn't want to converse with me, and I didn't really particularly want to converse with her. We had nothing to talk about. And I was missing my friends, and I couldn't make any new ones. So it became quite isolating and quite frightening.
It's for those reasons that the Teenage Cancer Trust want every young person to get this specialist care, and celebrity support always helps.
We did an Oscar award evening, and there was a picture of me with, I think it's 5 or 6 teenagers, and 3 have sadly died. So, you know, anything we can do to make their life really, really good in hospital is brilliant.
We saw you cutting the turf earlier. Were you also called in for your DIY skills?
Yeah, DIY is very high on my agenda. Now, I want this building to stay forever.
With work due to finish in December, well, it's a good job it's not just Biggins prepared to dig in.
Not going to get much done.
Rhiannon Mills, Anglia News in Cambridge.
At least he's honest, isn't he?
A warrant has been issued for the arrest of horse trader James Gray, who absconded from court minutes before he was due to be jailed for horrific neglect to horses, donkeys and ponies.
The RSPCA said it was the worst case of animal cruelty they'd ever known after 30 horses were found dead and 100 more starving at his farm at Amersham in Buckinghamshire 2 years ago.
But as Natalie Gray reports, there is a happy ending. 70 of those survivors have a new life right here in our region.
To see these donkeys and ponies today, you'd never know how much they've suffered. They have acres of grassy paddocks to run wild in at Redwings Horse Sanctuary at Hapton in Norfolk. What a contrast to the horrors they were found in at Amersham 2 years ago. And they were the lucky ones, found among the remains of 32 others which had starved to death. In his absence, horse trader James Gray has had 2 weeks added to a 6-month jail sentence for cruelty, and the court has upheld convictions against his wife and children. Of the 100 or more survivors, 72 are being cared for in Norfolk, 61 by Redwings.
It was absolutely horrendous, and actually we've not really been able to talk about how bad it was because it's been an ongoing prosecution case, but by far the worst that we've ever seen. Our staff were absolutely traumatised by it, and they've been through such emotion to see these animals come back. It's amazing to see how well they're looking now.
This is Timothy, born in Norfolk the day after his mother was rescued. Look at him now. And there are other success stories at World Horse Welfare at Snetterton in Norfolk, where they're caring for 11 of the rescued horses.
When she was brought in, she didn't have a name, she only had a number. She was 61. She was emaciated, her hooves were too long, and she was infested with lice. Today she's called Wilma, and isn't she doing well?
Many clearly showed signs of their ordeal when they arrived in Norfolk 2 years ago. Some were dirty, others neglected, and this horse just reluctant to move at all. For 2 years they've been living in safety in Norfolk, and the chances are they'll stay here. But Gray does have one more chance to appeal.
We're very hopeful that they're safe now and that we will be able to rehome them to borrowers. Unfortunately, there is still a 21-day period in which the Greys can appeal the case to the High Court.
It's been a long road to recovery and an expensive one. The care and vet bills so far for the two Norfolk charities is a whopping £450,000. But they argue it's been worth every penny. Natalie Gray, Anglia News, Norfolk.
Lovely to see those ponies looking so healthy, isn't it? Yeah, unlike poor old Natalie's really suffered for her eye. You know, she's totally allergic to ponies, but she still went out there, did the job. She'll be back tomorrow. She's all puffed up, poor thing.
I know, poor Natalie.
Right, now exactly a month today, England's World Cup kicks off against the United States and football fever's building already.
Fabio Capello's named his training squad for the tournament, but his players aren't the only ones who'll be hoping to be at peak fitness by June.
Assistant referee Darren Cann from Norfolk will star on the world stage as part of the only English refereeing team in the tournament. We sent our sports correspondent Donovan Blake to meet him.
England's road to the World Cup final started in Barcelona 20 months ago. But the journey to South Africa for one of England's refereeing team began on this playing field in the little village of Poringland near Norwich. Well, Darren, you're obviously working hard. How often do you come down to Poringland playing fields to work out?
Well, I'm here every morning for about an hour or so, and just practicing sprinting, practicing long distance running, everything that I need to do to stay fit for the players at the weekend. OK, we'll let you crack on. Thank you.
And that hard work is now paying off for Darren Cann, as is his decision to give up his banking career to become a full-time assistant referee.
I'm, if you like, a volunteer professional now. We don't get a salary, but I decided to make that move to do this on a full-time basis and give up my job at the bank. And I'm pleased to say with the World Cup selection it was the right decision without doubt. Mum and Dad are very proud, and I have a wonderful wife, Jackie, who supports me magnificently, and two wonderful children. So this is really as much a reward for them as it is for me, and I hope that I do them proud in the summer.
The World Cup will be Cann's second senior international tournament. He worked with Howard Webb and Michael Malarkey at Euro 2008 in Switzerland and Austria. But this will be their third competition with world governing body FIFA, following the 2007 Under-20s event in Canada and the Under-17s in Nigeria last year. Arguably the most debated law in football is offside, with assistant referees always at the sharp end. Concentration just as vital as fitness. FIFA provide officials with regular tests showing various incidents where you can choose if the player is offside or not. So could I cut it as an assistant?
Not offside. Oh, goodness. Oh, now. I will say offside. I might be wrong. I was wrong, yeah.
13 out of 20. Not bad for a first attempt, but that was sitting down with a laptop. There's a bit more to take in out in the middle.
Of course, with the pressure of the crowd and millions of people watching on television. So, yes, whilst it is a useful exercise, it doesn't truly replicate what we do on a weekend.
There's just over 4 weeks till the first ball is kicked in Johannesburg in June. Darren Cann reckons it's unlikely he'll be on duty then. But overall, the World Cup can't come quickly enough for him. Donovan Blake, Anglia News, Poringland in Norfolk.
Oh, he's going to give Wayne Rooney a run for his money by the looks of it. Just shows how tough it is, and we all think we're experts. And
he's a brave man as well to be doing that. Ooh. So what are you doing over the World Cup? Any special gatherings to watch or celebrate? Perhaps a special school project?
I'm sure there are going to be loads out there. Whatever your World Cup event, we want to be either there with you or reflected if we can. So do get in touch with us with all of your details of your World Cup parties, perhaps. There's the email address on your screen there. We look forward to hearing from you about that.
Now, for the very latest political development. Now, Amanda is by the castle in Norwich, where it's all quiet at the moment, but it's expected to be a bit packed tomorrow, Amanda, maybe a bit warmer.
Well, that's right. Norwich City Football Club and their fans will be here after their victory parade, celebrating their return to the Championship. Now, if you're planning on joining the fun tomorrow, you will need to wrap up warm, as it is going to be quite chilly across the region. However, not quite as chilly as last night. Temperatures at Santon Downham got down to -4. We haven't had temperatures in May that cold since back in 1996, so it's been feeling more like winter than near the end of spring. But I'm sure you're all dying to know, when is it going to get warmer? Let's take a look.
Don't blame her. -4, -2. Ridiculous stuff, isn't it?
So cold.
Just a quick reminder, get those World Cup ideas into us. We want to see them.
Hopefully be a bit warmer by then.
Yeah.
You're back at 10:30, but
I
from all
am.
of us here, goodbye.
See you then. Bye-bye.